Good morning, everyone. Like I said earlier, it's so crazy to have a show this early in the morning. Feel like watching morning cartoons, and I don't know who said it. It feels like Cash, you said it right. Like we're on Saturday school right now. We're in trouble, and
Yeah, man. Heck yeah.
yeah. But thank you guys for coming up, and I think this will be a good tips and tricks for everyone to rewatch, watch, and comment away. But just a quick intro. Jason, how you been, man?
Man, I'm all good here. You got me up here at freaking 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm probably the only person in the whole West Coast even awake. This is man, it's all good though. Happy to be here though. Reselling. Well, I know that's not what you're calling this, but reselling has been in my. I've been doing just reselling anything since I've been like in middle school, man. So like, this is like one of my favorite part of the hobby is just selling shit.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's definitely a big plus to have you in here too. Also, man, you're a different level. You're half scale. You've been in the game for a while too, so it's good to have you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Cash, man. Good morning, and I like. Is that a new chair? I just noticed. Is that a new chair?
Nah, nah, it's the same chair. It's just just the level, just the level of the chair. That's all, man.
Or I'm sorry, is that a new throne?
Exactly.
How are you, man?
Good, bro. Good. Been up for a couple hours now. Like up, quote unquote, half awake, but been up for a little bit. Playing some video games. I've sold a few. I've also purchased a few. There are actually 8 arriving by Wednesday.
Oh man.
Wait, weren't
uh,
you not buying shit?
Hey, I just paid off what I had, bro. Just paid off what I had.
that's cool, man. We'll get into those in a little bit, I guess. But Payne, how are you, man? How's your weekend going so far?
I had to wake up to go to Starbucks. Me up too early. But no, man, going all right. I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good. I starting to sell some stuff, and I haven't bought anything. Really good. Have not bought anything. I am holding out, holding out. Me and Chaston, we're holding out for that Queen Studios Transformers, man. So nothing, no POs until we see the price of that
Yo,
thing.
That's a good call, but we'll see how long that holds.
Don't jinx me, man. Don't jinx me, man.
How about you, Mark? How are you, man?
Doing good, man. Good to be here this morning. I'm actually just got up a half hour ago. I stayed up way too late last night. Um, yeah, man. Just chilling. Psyched to go see Batman later this afternoon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Payne, what's the pre-order tally at?
Uh, after 29,
Oh, he's under 30. Look at
damn
under
it,
30,
this
brother.
finally.
guy. Look at this guy.
I gotta sell a couple more, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna be a good spot. Been
I
good, man. I've
guess
been good.
I guess just to give a little background for what we're talking about is Payne. Yeah, he got himself into like a little hole, little tiny hole, and he's trying to get himself out, but
Oh man.
things keep
Don't
coming
be this
out.
guy. Don't be this guy.
Let's see. I'm gonna say hi to the chat really quick. Gotham Cenobites. Oh, it's nice to see you, Terry. Yeah. What's up, Terry? Late night trip. Edwin Diaz, as the per the usual. If he doesn't comment, something's wrong.
Huh.
Pudgy, what's up, Pudgy?
What's up, Pudgy?
Vibranium Jim. Hey, Chase. I always got the. This is you, right?
That one? Yeah, that's me, man.
Okay. There's another one out there, so I
Yeah,
was
right
like.
there, right there. He's right there. Whoa, fucking same name. Shit's confusing.
J Rob, what's up, J Rob? Dennis, Archangel, you're awake, man. I thought you'd be sleeping with those kids. What's up, Forenzi? And ooh, I haven't seen this one before, Mr. Popo.
Man, go to bed.
But you know how they always give out that buyer beware stuff in the beginning? I wanted to do this here too. I wanted to put buyer seller reminder. Always remember you are buying and selling. It is up to you to do your research and due diligence. Buy at your own risk and sell at your price. Be reasonable, be patient, and always ask around if you do not know. Community, help out where you can. I just wanted to put that as a disclaimer at the beginning of the episode because we're going to go off on a bunch of topics and just want to hear everyone's opinions on everything. So I wanted to start out with the buy side of everything. So buy. Do you guys want to list out the distributors? Like if you guys buy local, or if there's anything else, like when you guys buy statues, you guys would recommend?
You said, do I start off local?
Well, do you recommend any distributors? I mean, there's, like I don't want to say everyone knows, but there's Sideshow, there's Prime One, there's XM, there's like other companies, but as other distributors like Spec Fiction, do you guys recommend any other ones?
Yeah.
If you are someone that like Payne and myself, we like a lot of the stuff that isn't sold here or harder to get here, because of the companies they are, such as Queen and whatnot. But there's certain sites other than Spec that offer that company's products, such as Cosmic Chase, very very good reputable place. You'll see the guy.
Chase.
Yeah, you'll see the guy on Facebook groups. His name is Randy Go. He owns Collector's Arc. He's very reliable to go through to get those products. Obviously, everyone knows Anton, but there's a few other outlets for those companies that don't directly sell in the States. You don't have to go through Spec every time.
Yeah, and like I think like some people know like XM, like people think XM doesn't sell to the States. They don't, but like you were mentioning, those are some people in some other stores or distributors that do sell through, and you could buy them through them. So, how about you, Cash? Like, do you buy your stuff through? I know you've Spec Fiction, but is there anybody else? Ooh, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. If we're not gonna say Spec is obviously I guess you could say the more known one. If we're talking about XM or Prime One, you can also use Gfx Distribution, which is actually out of Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. And I got my 1/6 scale Aquaman Rebirth from them, and it came within 2-3 days. You can build up a profile in there. It'll show your past orders. No different than like a Sideshow, for example. Trustworthy, comes right to you. So that was pretty cool having another outlet, at that time to get something that you may want but don't want to get it directly through Sideshow, for example, for some of the Prime One stuff, or even go directly with Prime One. So GFX Distributions, I think is pretty trustworthy.
And just a quick note, like for Spec Fiction, I know he has rewards. I don't know if these other stores or people have rewards, but
They do.
They do.
there's also that, so it's not only
Um,
Sideshow.
Yeah, maybe Payne and Chase can speak to GFX. I've only bought one thing from them. I never went back, not because they're bad or anything. That one thing could only be found with them, so that's the reason why I purchased it with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have rewards though.
So GFX is actually really cool. When you get to 4 orders with GFX, they actually, and for those of you who don't know this, when you get to 4 orders, they actually give you, how XM, if you're a member, you have the prestige price after like 4 orders. GFX will give you that same prestige pricing on pretty much everything in the store once you hit the 4 order mark. So you immediately get the discount, it really helps out. The other good place to go to for like anything else, Comic Concepts, the guy's really cool.
Josh.
Josh is really cool. They all have rewards in one way or another. And then specifically for people who are looking for anime stuff, Avo Lounge out of Singapore, and GAC out of Singapore, Game Animation Collectibles. Those are two I can recommend. Avalanche, especially, I can wholeheartedly recommend. He's a good guy. My friend Robin, he can find you stuff that's hard to find, especially if you're looking for like anime stuff, licensed anime stuff from the China market. That stuff usually sells out within the first. If you don't get it at PO and you want it 6 months later, it's usually harder to find. So those are some good places to go to. Yeah.
I'm just bringing the screen up just so everyone could see what we're, in case they miss it or in case they want to go back and see who we're talking about. But yeah, that's definitely good recommendations. How about you, Mark? Like, is there any other distributors that we may have missed?
Shit, I got 100.
There's a bunch, but like Big Bad Toy Store. But having dealt with some of these, there are some that are quicker than others. So
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
so
good.
we can list, quite a few distributors, but there's always your preference of who you'd prefer to go through as far as your experience dealing with that company or whatever. But yeah, Comic Chase, Comic Concepts, GFX. I can't really think of any more right now.
There's
I
off the
will say,
racks.
Big Bad Toy Store, they do get stuff significantly later than everyone else.
Yeah.
But the cool thing though is it also means that everyone else is sold out. You usually can find it there because that extended base that I got for Queen Studios, Batman and Joker, sold out
yeah.
everywhere. And then Big Bad Toy Store got their shipment in late, and they suddenly had like a bunch of units, and I was able to just get one without any hassle. So there's
Yeah.
always a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, there's another good one in Colorado, Secret Compass.
Yeah. Forgot about him. Shane. Yeah.
Shane,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Shane's the owner there. I've talked to him several times. He's pretty good at. He can get XM Prime One stuff.
So like this list is mostly for, I guess, North American, for I guess US based, because we don't get access to a bunch of these awesome pieces from XM or Queen Studios and stuff like that. But here are some that I guess we recommend. If you guys want to take a snapshot or whatever. But I put in local because I live in like a condensed place. There's like a lot of comic book shops, a lot of like comic cons. I would recommend comic book shops. Some of them have statues in them if you're looking for statues. But the only thing to, I guess, note is with comic book stores, they do not get the exclusive editions. Maybe some do, but all the ones I've been to, they rather buy the regular edition compared to the exclusive for some reason. But how? I mean, there's. What do you guys recommend other than comic book stores?
Well, the good news about that is Sideshow seems to be going away from exclusives. So you're going to be able to go to your local comic store and get some of those pieces and not have to worry about missing out on the exclusive. So
Definitely.
What's it called?
So I mentioned Comic Cons because some Comic Cons also bring in their statues, but just remember with Comic Cons, their prices are insane sometimes. They want double the price or whatever. But then also you have to remember they won't ship out from the Comic Con. You have to carry that big ass box out and carry it around with you. But Comic Cons, I was gonna mention Facebook and like eBay and stuff like that, but that's for another part. But is there anything else you guys wanna add on to this one?
In the chat, Forensic Collect asks, do they all charge tax? So there's actually a few good options to avoid that. If you're doing the overseas route, like Queen, or you need those. Any site like Cosmic Chase, you're not gonna get hit with the tax. But like locally, off the racks, if you go to his site, the price you see 90% of the time it'll include tax and shipping, and that price is usually equivalent to the retail price in general. So you're getting a discount on top of it. Just saying.
That's good to know. Yeah.
It's called Off the Racks. It's the same thing with a Collector Zone. His shipping and price is included on the price you see, and he also always through his group, Collector Zone Cantina, like damn near every other day posts 15% off, discounts. So a lot of times you can get the actual item itself, you know, with shipping and tax for rate at retail or even under retail.
Yeah, I like what's it, a collector zone. When I went to their site, like the prices are a little bit more. When I first went to their site, it was like a little bit more than other sites, and I never knew it's like the
Yep.
price out the door.
Yep.
Like I was like, oh snap, that's like you
So
save a little bit of money.
so the cool thing with him is like whenever he does get a product in, like for pre-order, he'll post it on his group, and within the group, he'll be like, use this 15% off code. First 5 people get to use it, right? Or this code is valid for a couple days. And if you're willing to buy the product straight up, like right away,
Yeah.
that 15% code you can use and it applies to you. If you need a payment plan, I think think you can get 8%. But if you're willing to pay the whole thing from right off the get go, you get a whole 15%. Sometimes he even bumps it up to 18% off. So
Yeah, man, this is
that's
like
kind of how I've been changing my pre-order habits too. I used to never like years ago it would just be pay the deposit and then I'd pay all the rest when it was due to ship. But lately, if I pre-order something, I'm buying it right off the rip, just getting it done with.
that's why like I always say that's why I said in the very beginning, do your research. This is good
Yeah.
stuff to know, man. I didn't know any of that, so like that's it's definitely good to know.
You
And it's
figure
funny.
if you do that enough, like if you buy enough statues, like the amount that when Chase does that and pays up front, he's basically getting a free statue or two every year by all that the hundreds of dollars he's saving by paying up front, right? So, I mean, if you can afford to do it, it's definitely in your favor.
Correct.
Yeah, compared to what if you were just buying straight from Sideshow, it's a free statue right there if you follow those steps.
It's so rare when I buy from them anymore, man.
Yeah, because you can always get Sideshow from everywhere else but Sideshow for cheaper with no
The thing with me
tax.
is I used to just be like loyal, right? If I found like a place that I liked or a person I liked that would sell, I just go through them all the time. But like lately, I've noticed I go from store to store looking to see who's gonna say give me the best deal.
So I guess this that would lead on to our next little topic of under buy experiences. Like, what experience have you all had? It being good, bad, or it could be something else.
Um, I'll say the selling nowadays, towards the earlier part of my collecting journey versus like presently, people are like the word shipping is like kryptonite to a buyer. Um, I don't know how you essentially get around it. Like I always include shipping into the prices, but it seems like even if the deal is good and you do your research, again, going back to research, you check eBay, you check Iron Studios, you check Sideshow, etc., to see if the item is still in stock. If it's in stock, you have to list it below so you can go ahead and get it sold. You do all that research and you list a price, let's say $100 shipped, but it'll still never be good enough. And then, but also, that's another reason why you guys do have to have patience when it does come to selling. If you're in a financial bind where you have to, get it gone as soon as possible, obviously do what you have to do. But if you're just selling it because it doesn't fit your collection anymore, just sit tight. Like there will be somebody out there who will buy it. And I think I told Payne or somebody, or maybe Pudgy, I was like, hey, I was selling something, right? It was Chase actually. I was selling something for $200, and the guy was like, "Oh, eBay has it for 200 as well." And I'm like, "I'm just gonna get it on there." And it's like, "Well, dude, eBay you're gonna pay for tax, and you're gonna pay for shipping. Here, there is no tax, and shipping is already included." So it's preference, man. It's preference. Just be patient when you're a seller.
Um, so for me, when buying, I guess a good experience for me would be meeting or buying a piece from Cash, buying a piece from Mark buying a piece from like, people in the community. I think that's been good to me because it's like I have a piece of you guys here, But then bad experience for me has been it will probably be our next topic, but is scammers. People that like load up your messenger saying I want to buy it for like or selling a piece like some samurai line, right? I wanted to buy one, but it's too good to be true price. So
Yeah.
I messaged them. I was like, hey, can you send me pictures? Can you send me a video at least or something? They disappear for a couple of days. They come back. They go like, hey, are you gonna buy it or not? And I was like, well, you didn't go back to my question. I want to see pictures and videos. Like, well, it's at our price that it's affordable. If you can't afford it, don't message me. I was like, where's this conversation going now? It's just like,
Yeah.
just stay away. I'm staying away now, and that deterred me from buying the whole samurai thing. Just because those are so rare now. Not so rare, but they're everyone is selling them for crazy prices. But it just pushed me away from that whole line. So that's a bad experience I had when it comes to regards to buying.
Yeah, no doubt.
Did
I had just told J Rob I was looking for the Green Arrow, and someone was selling their Green Arrow for 1,300, or excuse me, for 1,500 shipped, exclusive, or you could buy it 1,300 and then you pay shipping, pretty much your preference there. You could do it up front or payment plan. And I was just like, dude, 1,500 sounds kind of a lot for a piece that was $500. I know it's a rare piece and all that, but I was just like, it's kind of a lot. But the crazy thing is, the guy was so pushy. Oh, I have references. I have this. I have that. We could do payment plan. We could do this, and it was so pushy to the point where it was just like,
Yeah.
it was almost like you almost felt pressure to buy it or something,
Yeah.
So that happened last night, by the way.
Oh
Oh,
damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, my recommendation would be like stay away if they're pushy. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
yeah. I'm still looking for it, but I'm not looking for it to the point where like I gotta have like I can wait, and the price is a little too much for me. I want it a little bit lower, a little bit lower.
Here's the thing, guys. We've all been in this hobby a little while, and like, here's the thing. There's always gonna be another version at some point. You don't going backwards is always going to cost you more, right? That's a given. But at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know. I'm never going to be attached to something to the point where I'm just going to pay way ridiculous amount. There are a lot of those people that you talk about casual. Those are the same people out there who are like, they'll buy something from somebody and immediately try to flip it. There's a lot of that going on, and it's the reason why I don't. Well, that's different, Jason. What you're doing is different. I'm talking about like the people who are specifically buying stuff and then bragging about how little they paid for it, and then just to flip it. Like there are, those guys out there. They bomb your DMs, right? But my point is that like all of that, a lot of that stuff is enough to steer you away. It's a little bit negative. It's pressure, but it's the reason why I've really only bought from stores and retailers or distributors. But it's also the thing is there's always going to be something around, like it's going to come around. Maybe not in 6 months, maybe in 8 months, but it's going to come around again. Somebody's going to redo it because at the end of the day, what characters make money, what characters sell, they'll be put out. That's how it's going to be, So yeah, my point is just you don't have to get overly attached to something because eventually something will get redone. And more than likely you'll like the newer one better. So
pain. But like you bought several like couple pieces, but like have you ever had a bad experience buying from a distributor? I know your last video was like not the best best experience.
Yeah, Figurama. Right there, Figurama. Never buying from them again. See you later. Don't worry about it. Lose my number. Lose my name. Forget I exist. Lose my email. We good.
I just wanted to reference that just because even buying from distributors, you could still have a bad experience. Like even buying from big chains like, Sideshow, whatever, you could still have a bad experience.
Oh yeah.
But Sideshow, I've never heard a bad story of returning something within the time limit, which is 30 days, I think.
Yeah.
but then also like them shipping you a new one and replacing the damaged one. But have you guys had any issues from other distributors by chance?
I never get luck with Sideshow. Everyone praises their customer service, which I'm sure is good, but I use them so few and far between. But when I do, or when I need to get in contact with them, I can never get anything to go my way. So I kind of just, gave up with them in general anyway.
I think another good topic to bring up, subtopic in this buying thread, is with the distributors. You need to also kind of figure out what happens when you buy something brand new and it arrives and then you have a manufacturing defect or something, because how the reseller or distributor reaches out to the studio to get you your replacements, that plays a big factor. Like Prime One takes forever.
Yep.
Going through them is easier than going through your distributor, but like if you're like me and I love Iron Kite a lot, but I've got Iron Kite over there, but the problem with Iron Kite is depending on who I buy from or who gets it, they may have a different relationship with the studio, and someone might be able to get me a replacement. And actually, like Todd is awesome. He got me a replacement.
Yep.
And he got it to me in. It was weird. The studio gave him the tracking number, but it took them longer to send it out. But then going to another smaller company that's not Todd for an Iron Kite piece, and if there's a problem, they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get it to you," but it's still been like 3 months of silence, radio silence.
Yeah.
So
That's one thing.
that's the other thing that a lot of people don't think about.
With Todd, like especially those companies that he sells that we can't get here in the States. If you receive that item and it's damaged, breakage, whatever the issue may be, you can fully trust him that it's gonna get resolved. So like that's something to no-go. You going in when you want to buy one of those pieces, like maybe another guy is selling it for a little cheaper, but on the other hand, you might be thinking, well, this piece looks kind of fragile, right? I know with Todd, 100%, this will get taken care of if anything does happen. That's something you can definitely consider when you're making those purchases.
Agreed.
But when you say like bad experiences, earlier in the chat, Ferenzi was asking about customs. I don't know if you have like not custom statues, but like government customs coming in. Do you have that? Do you have like a slide for that? I don't want to jump the gun.
I don't have one, but we could talk about it right now real quick.
Okay.
That's fine.
So I order a lot overseas, and I've never been hit with customs until one of my recent orders. It was private. I bought 2 half scales in one purchase from some guy in England, and it was on my fault because I forgot to tell him to mark it as a gift, right? And I also forgot to tell him to mark the price way cheaper than what I paid. So this guy on the invoice, as he should have, because I didn't tell him any different, he put what I actually paid, thousands of dollars on the damn invoice. And when it got to the States, it got held up. And then sure enough, I got a call, and I was like, shit, this is completely my fault. So I was just trying my best to, finesse UPS, like just bullshit it. And then somehow, magically, they pushed it through.
Wow.
Because I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it because I was due to pay over $1,000 in customs between those 2 pieces.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
This man here is the definition of no country for old men. I gotta love it. Only for him this way.
It was literally, bro. It was in January. It was in January. I was so mad at myself because it was on me. I didn't tell him to mark it as a gift, to write down the value on the invoice lower than it actually is worth. And that's the other thing with like distributors. I've heard of a couple people in this community get hit with customs, but I have yet to get hit with customs through actual companies. But definitely, if you're buying private, just remember, tell them to mark it as a gift and make the value. I think if you do below $800 every time, you should be fine. Under $800.
The declaration is what you're trying.
The declaration of value for the invoice value rather.
But you do take the risk of
You do.
your insurance, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But that's totally up to you in that regards. But
Right.
most of the time, if you mark it as gift, you're gonna be squared away anyway.
And to piggyback off that, like if you were to get something, let's say the new XM Rhino or whatever, if it's sold out, whatever, you're getting it from Anton Wu,
Yep.
that's exactly what's going to happen. So, like, it's like a slight risk. However, I can say from personal experience, if you order that on a Monday, for some reason, he knows a freaking Nightcrawler, he's going to teleport that thing to you and it's going to get to you by Wednesday. So
Yeah,
I can
him
I
and
can
Todd share the
legitimately
same
say that.
account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
like
Same DHL account.
Yeah,
Cool.
same DHL account.
But that's the other thing. Him too. You tell him to mark it as a gift, he'll do it. There's no issue. So just always when you're buying like that, just tell him, hey, put it as a gift.
Yep.
Mark, you've had that experience recently, right?
Yeah, I had a experience where I had to pay like a $97 import fee. First time ever I had to. I mean, $97, it's not the end of the world, but it was just a shock because it had never happened before.
Yeah.
I ordered a piece from the Philippines, secondhand, and yeah, UPS like blew up my email. like hey,
Yeah.
you got this. And it's kind of like it seems like the way they word it, they're gonna hold your piece hostage at that point, and you're like, well, what do I do? If I don't pay this, then it's kind of like $100 or the 1800 I just spent on the piece. Which do I want to, you know, risk losing at this point? So it kind of puts you back in a corner for sure. Um, I did want to talk about buying experience. I was going to check real quick on the previous topic. I had 99% positive buying experiences. From buying from a company. Like I know I've bought from this. I've put feelers out there on the BST, and people have hit me up. Pretty much most of the people that I've bought statues off of, I'm still in contact, and we're like friends now, and we'll talk like pretty much every other day. Just like, hey man, what are you getting in? Share pictures of your collection. And that's a cool benefit. Like there's actually shout out to my guy in Philippines, Charles, if you're watching. Um, like we talk all the time. So that's a cool benefit of buying from someone you know or buying from just secondhand. You might make a friend. That's just a side benefit of it. And that's a cool part of it for me. Now I have a couple cool buddies that I can chat with all the time. So I've had nothing but positive experiences.
Yeah, and
Good,
to
man.
piggyback off that real quick, I had hit up Mark and I was like, hey man, send me this link. I want to, saying go ahead and purchase this art print, and I was able to do that after he sent me the referral link. And that's also something else that I do find pretty cool is if you have a buddy, such as Payne, for example, you can say, hey man, I'm trying to get the statue. Can you send me this referral link or whatever? And then, that way it can help you back on the back end because you still get your points as the buyer. So it's basically just helping both of you guys. Almost on some Robin Hood stuff, man, taking from the company, giving back to both of you guys, so it's how I kind of look at it. And that was cool being able to do that on the buying end to reward both you guys in the hobby. And like casual, you have Thanos on Throne, and it's like you throw it out there, hey man, I know you'll probably never sell it, but if you do, I'm here. Or like, hey, you got
Top
that
of the
Venom
list.
behind you, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the list.
Nah. No, man. Like I definitely I could say the same thing. Like you and Mark have been saying. It's not like you just make friends, random friends. It's people within the community that you make friends with. It's like there's nobody locally. Not I want to say locally. There's none of my close friends that love these statues or talk about these statues as much as I do with you guys.
Yeah.
So you get to add it to
Yeah.
your circle, and it's pretty nice to have. But yeah, man, that's definitely great, good benefits of buying and selling. You get to meet all these people, and which kind of weird to throw it out there. It's the next topic. What to look out for? Scammers? Is it too good to be true? It's kind of. I'm sorry to put it right after that, but
No, you good.
Wah,
It
wah,
needs to
wah.
be
Yeah.
talked about.
yeah, we have to talk
Usually,
about it.
yeah. It usually is too. I mean, if it's too good to be true, I mean, it usually
It's
is.
exactly the thing. So
You know?
I'll go off that right now. Steve, that Rancor you sent in that one of the group chats we have, right? Last night. Before you sent that, I saw that and I reached out to the guy about acquiring it because he's selling that thing basically at retail plus shipping. That piece goes on the aftermarket for basically 2,500, right?
Mhm.
And I wanted the piece either for myself or just to put in a box and then move it on one day and make some easy money. I'm not gonna lie, I do that shit.
That's
hate
fine.
it, you hate it, you hate it, like it, you know. I make it. It's easy. But anyway, reached out to the guy. Usually, when a deal is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Right? You can find deals. It happens. Great. But there's also times it's just too good. And then when you get the people who you're messaging, and then you get a red flag based on communication, lack of communication, description, all that, everything in between, right? If you have one red flag, one hesitant thought in your head, just avoid it, man.
Yep.
No
Yeah,
matter how,
so-
because I get it, because you want the piece, you're trying to make it happen. You know, it's in your nature just to just go get it, but it's not going to be worth it.
We also have to talk about like these statues aren't like $50, $80, and
No,
they're
man.
not gonna arrive in like a day or two. It's gonna take some time to arrive, and then fighting that uphill battle with UPS or whoever, or like the seller. It's like I said, an uphill battle.
I have yet to be scammed in this. Because I'm confident and I know what I'm doing, just from buying and reselling anything in my life since I've been doing it in, like I said, middle school, man. Like, I know what to look for. I know when to walk away or when to go through with the purchase. Like that guy with the raincoat. I'm still talking to him right now, but I'm really regressing on going through with this. Just a couple more responses from this guy, and I'll probably have my decision of whether this is a scam that I'm going through right now, or if it is real.
So, quick segue into, or maybe I can wait for the selling part of it because I feel like they're kind of intertwined. Or-
Yeah, so there's a whole section for selling, but a lot of these are going to be cross-referenced. So if you guys want to like wait, or if you guys want to save it till the end, that's fine too. But a lot of these go with both buying and selling. So, but if you wanna include yours
I
right now,
think-
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's really weird, right? The thing that I never figure out why nobody has done this yet. At least, look, for me, I'm starting to sell stuff. You know, obviously, some of us have channels, so we can put our stuff up on the channels for sale and things like that. But like in this current, in the last 2 years, remote working, everything's kind of has changed everything. And at least for me, I'm so used to pretty much being on Zoom or WebEx calls and Teams calls all day. I mean, if you were to buy from me, right, like my immediate, so like right now I'm in the middle of selling and I'm doing it two ways. One way is something that I already know I'm trying to make space for, and what I did was I shot some videos of me reboxing. You can see the quality, the shape of like the condition. I wrap it back up, put it in box. I'm gonna edit a video and I'm put it up for sale. But then the other thing too is like maybe there's something that I'm planning to sell, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to move it, and I want to gauge the interest. And let's say I put it out there, I'm gonna make a video. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna sell this, but let's say you're a buyer and you reach out to me like, hey man, I want to buy this thing that you have. Well, the first thing I will do is like, okay, let's schedule a time. Let's schedule an hour-long Zoom call, and I'll set up the camera, and we'll go into a live stream or a video chat, and you can see the product and you can see everything. So that way you can see up front, like, look, man, this is because at least I want to make sure. Well, when I sell, I want to make sure it goes to a good home, right? Because for me, it's about just getting it out of my house and so that I have room for incoming stuff. And especially in my situation, because I was too stupid and got too many things. So, but see, I feel like it makes no sense to me why nobody's even thought about doing it that way. Because then that way it's like you're legitimate. You're showing like, look, this is the product. This is what you're getting. I'm obviously not trying to scam you. I have no interest in doing that, you know. And then, so that's just one of the things that I'm going to be doing as the way to just kind of alleviate any concerns about anyone buying from me. But
I think it's a good idea. I think, like, if people are willing to take the time, that's a good idea. But I think the problem is, and I'm not, like, talking to anybody specific, I think buyers are lazy.
What's
And
up,
they want
money?
you-
I'm sorry, no
Hey,
introduction.
hey, guys.
But,
No,
what's up,
it's all
money?
good.
How we do? I know it's early
What's up,
for
buddy?
us, Eddie.
Yeah, dude.
So I told Steve I was the first one up in the West Coast today because of his ass.
Yeah, so I think it would be a good idea, and I think some people would probably like it. I just think like a majority of buyers are lazy, dude. They want the buyer or the seller to do all the work. Like they want you to video it and send it to them, and I don't. If you ask them to join like a Zoom, and even though like probably a lot of us right here have to do Zoom calls, I feel like still a lot of people don't know how to use Zoom and
Eddie, one thing
Teams
to
and all
do
that.
for those buyers that are very demanding like that or asking for a whole bunch of stuff for you to do that's taking time out of your day and you going out of your way, ask for a deposit. Because if they're willing to do a deposit, then they're willing to go through with the purchase.
Yeah, and then you're
Don't
not
do it all the
wasting your time too.
You're not wasting your time. No, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
good part.
I think I've seen other people talk about like the deposit, but like if you're gonna buy a statue, like be upfront if you're gonna buy it or not. If you have like doubts
Yeah.
or something like that, do not waste people's time because there's a lot of time invested into taking pictures because you already have it packed up because you're selling it or you already have it like ready to go or whatever. So just be what's the word? Be cautious of what you ask for sometimes. Just make
Yeah,
sure
like
you're
have
gonna buy
integrity.
it. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's it.
have integrity, like, because even though like a lot of us we buy a lot of expensive shit, so most of us are like, we have enough money to buy what we buy. A lot of the times when we're selling, we need the money for something else. So like, if you put it on hold for us, then that puts us on hold what we're using that cash for. I'm not saying everybody's like that. Like, some people are better with money than me, so like, they might not need the money immediately or whatever. But yeah.
So your
just
name's
have
Money
integrity
Mendez.
about it. Yeah, I know. I know, Payne. It was a bad decision. It was a bad decision, man.
That's what I read
Where's the
into
integrity in that
something
money?
It's in your name, bro. Your name is Money Mendez.
else. See, another way scammers will come onto you. You're kind of asking for it. I do it all the time because I need a piece or I want a piece. When you're someone that puts out a in search of post, you're opening yourself up to those people just reaching out to you saying they have the product you need just because they already know you're looking for it. Right? So all this time when I've been trying to find some of these half scales that are 10 years old from Sideshow that are long sold out and worth, $4,000 whatever, I probably had to surf through every week. Someone would send me something just completely fake that wasn't real. It was just a scam, and I had to be able to make that determination for myself not to spend $4,500 on a half scale Darth Maul that wasn't even there.
It happens,
Good thing-
yeah.
The other thing too is this is a simple thing to look out for. Well, first of all, a lot of us in the community have pretty noticeable collections. Like my backdrop, right? You'll know if it's my picture because you'll see my backdrop. But at the same time, you also know it's mine because I watermark my shit all the time. You see my branding on any picture I put out. So I think for sellers, it's a simple thing. If you watermark your pictures before you post them, you have less of a chance of a scammer, because one of the things that they're doing now is they're pretending to be a buyer, getting a picture from you, and then scamming by showing, look, I have this picture. Unless people know it's your collection, it's not gonna,
Well-
you're easy to get scammed. So you watermark your shit, it'll be a little bit easier for you.
You know,
That's
the hot toy groups, they make you put the date and your name, the time and the date and your name on the pictures when you put them up, and I don't think the statue groups make you do that.
So many people can Photoshop that though.
yeah.
So I had a question on that.
Hey, videos
So
are always best.
like you're talking about, they put a post-it note and then they put their name, the date, and they put it near the statue, right?
Yeah.
How's that considered legit? Like I don't understand it, to be
It's
honest.
not.
It's just like another safer step, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it can be. I don't know how many people can Photoshop that
Most of the time that's real and it's gonna be good in your favor, but you'll also get the ones that Photoshop it on an item.
That's been happening a lot lately. So
It's like I
Gotta
said,
be
it's best
careful.
ask for a video with the postcard in a video. It'll do you way better.
You can-
actually physically moving the note card in front of the statue you're trying to buy.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Yeah.
yeah. Scammers are local. They're eBay. They're Facebook groups. So they're everywhere. So everyone, if you're not sure, man, or
So,
just ask
so
around.
Steve, earlier in the chat, Jim asked if there was a statue group, where scammers are like blacklisted, basically. I told him there was, and I put it in the chat. I don't know if you want to
There
pull
was,
it up.
Yep.
It's just
Statue
for
Commissioner
anyone that
Scammer
wants to join
Archive.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
So it
if you ever
says-
come across a scammer, go ahead and add the name to that community. If you're trying to buy someone and you don't know about the guy, look up the name in that community. If he might come up as someone not trustworthy.
And I always see these posts like looking for references for so and so. If you feel like you have to do that, just do it. It takes 2 seconds, and people could say, "Hey, Cash is a good guy," or trusted seller, buyer, like buy with no thoughts, whatever. But I'm telling you, man, the community is out there. It's really easy to ask and scam. But do you guys want to add anything else to this scammers portion?
Yeah, last thing I'll say is on the pictures, just be very careful. Before I say this is something I would never do. I'm just putting it out there, but I'm just letting it be known. I'm pretty damn good with graphics, dude. If I wanted to put a picture in there to like fake a date, I'm 110%
Yep.
positive in my ability to be able to do that on graphics or anything. No, I'm just putting it out there. Like, so if I wanted to do it right now, I'm pretty positive I could do it. Payne is really good with graphics as well. I'm not saying Payne would. I'm just saying I think me and Payne got the ability to make it happen. That's all I'm saying.
I just put your face bigger, so I'm gonna put cut this part, scammer right here. I'm kidding. Okay.
No, but I mean, in one of my previous jobs, not the one I do now, part of my job was to create green screen plates married to 3D objects, so a little bit of visual effects. All right. So, point is that I know how to in 3D set up 3D lighting to match physical practical plates, physical space. That was part of my job. So I did that for a while. So cheating a lighting rig on a Photoshop, that's like, it's not that hard. So again, I guess it really goes back to just don't get overly attached to something to the point where you open yourself up to, again, we're not spending like, if it's like $50, whatever, you lose $50, fine. But if you're like, Chasen, who deals in half scale, thousands of dollars, I mean, he knows what he's doing. So he's taking the time to weed out all of the scammers, and having done it enough, to weed out all of the stuff that's going to potentially put you at risk. But again, don't be overly attached to something, because again, sometimes something's always going to come out with something better in the 6 months, or it's going to be around the corner. So just protect yourself, guys. Just protect yourself. Be careful.
I want to add in really quick. I know some people would say like scammers wouldn't go this far. Scammers wouldn't, bother with these things. But
It will.
I keep saying this, like this is like $500 plus.
Yeah.
So if it takes them like what an hour at the most to Photoshop whatever, that's like $500 per hour right there. So
Yeah.
why not?
Bingo, man. That's an
So
investment, basically.
yeah. So don't think they won't do it. Like just if
They'll
this
do
is a
it
heads up.
because yeah. I mean, if two people fall for it, boom. And if two people use Remedy or some crazy, untraceable means of fund transfer, or even worse, they give you some crypto bullshit, you're done. Five people fall for it at $500 a pop. That 1 hour long photo just made them $2,500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's, or even if one guy falls for it at $3,000 a pop because they think they're buying Hush Superman or whatever, there's just got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful.
Eddie, so you come a little bit from the figure side, the hot toy side. Would you say there's a lot of scammers within the hot toy side as well?
Yeah, there's I get it's the same as statues, I guess. They're scammers. They have groups too, or they have like posted feeds where they keep a list of all the names of people that have scanned before, so you can see and cross-reference and stuff like that. It's pretty much the same as buying and selling in statue groups. There's a OSR buy sell trade is the biggest hot toy sell group on Facebook, and they're pretty good though. They usually like known scammers they'll take out immediately, or they'll put them on that list, or things like that. And the admins are pretty like they're in there all the time and watching stuff, so if they see anything they'll take it out immediately. But I don't like to buy off of groups that much. I mainly use groups to sell just because, like you guys said, like there's a lot of crazy people out there that can do crazy stuff with graphics and things like that and Photoshop. So I don't know. I don't buy off of groups a lot. Just me, just because like I don't want to even deal with the hassle. I don't want to reference people. So I don't even really buy it unless I know the person. Like if I see something I like and I know I've seen that guy's name a lot of times, and then I'll buy it. But I'm not one of those guys that's like looking through buy groups a lot.
Yeah, I would say the people that fall for these scams are the people that think, that that go for the too good to be true deals, They're like, "Oh man, like I'm the first one to see this one." So like Dark Phoenix from XM for $1,000, buy now, And then it comes out like it's a recast, or it's not the original piece, it's broken, or it's not even real. So I feel if it's too good to be true, or if it's like, whatever, just go back to doing your due diligence.
Are these people like paying friends and family, or are they like out like
You talking
waiting
about
until because PayPal has like 180 days, whatever, right, until you can file a claim against a sale or something like that?
Yep.
Are they waiting until the days expire or whatever? I don't know.
Dude, so this is what will happen, right, with PayPal. Like, the seller will literally tell the buyer, no lie, like, hey, go ahead and cancel the claim. Once you cancel the claim, then I will refund you. Almost like, well, they won't allow me to refund you because you have this like strike against me. And a lot of people fall for like, well, they told me to do it so I could refund, or the scammer. What I used to see when I used to work there was like, basically they would like stall because they knew that 180 days was coming up, so they'd stall. Oh, it's coming in the mail, check for shipping. And then the person comes back and it's too late. It's 181 days. So that happened too.
Yeah, if you have any doubt, file a claim in that 180 days. Don't wait.
And that too, yeah, and friends and family and Remedy is quite a big, Remedy, especially for international, is quite a big thing where people have fallen for it way too many
I'm
times.
not gonna recommend people don't pay friends and family because I sell my shit friends and family. So
Yeah,
I
but
want
if
them
you-
to pay friends and family, but always do your due diligence and check up on the person, like Casual said. Like, do a reference check, or if you know them. I tell people I'm on YouTube. Like, if I scam you, you just go on my channel and be like, this
Yeah,
guy's a
exactly.
piece of shit. So,
Yeah, that's the same thing for me. Yeah.
you know what I started doing recently too? People have been like having commenting in my section like, hey, just letting you know, like, you'd probably get more buys if you did goods and services and these things. I'm like, I realize that, but I started posting on my sales posts now, like, if you want buyer protection, buy through my eBay account. I'll have it listed on eBay. You can buy it from there, because on eBay I won't get the tax charges until 20 grand. With PayPal, goods and services, like, it's after $600 or whatever. So it's like, at least
$600,
eBay, I
yep.
can sell a lot more before I hit that tax bracket or whatever. So I've been doing that now. Like, when I do my posts, I'll put, if you want buyer protection, ask me for my eBay link. I'll send it to you.
And then you list the price for more, right? For the eBay fee.
Yeah,
the
because
fees.
you gotta.
Yeah,
That's the thing, though.
exactly.
You want that buyer protection. I gotta make money from.
Yep.
I gotta make the statue money plus the eBay fees and things. So you're gonna pay more, but at least you'll get the protection.
See,
Yeah.
that's another reason. Like, if you can, like, after me, I mean, there's a few people out in Vegas that I've seen that do this statue shit, but there's not a whole lot. I don't have a lot of options out here. But like, if you have like Steve, his area, his community, all the surrounding cities, there's a lot of local deals going on there. So if you can make a local deal happen, or you're willing to drive, maybe a couple hours, a few hours to go, one, inspect the piece, make sure everything's okay. Because if you go in person, you're gonna know if it's legit or not, right? And that's another reason. Like, in another week, Eddie, he's coming to me to buy a piece or two, and I was willing to like make the deal better for him because, one, I get to avoid PayPal. Two, I get to avoid shipping. It's just, it can be a lot more seamless transaction.
That definitely leads us to the next topic, which is like selling. So I didn't put local. I should have put local on this one, but eBay, Facebook groups, I would put local. But what's the benefits of selling through eBay? I think you guys listed some. What are the benefits through selling through Facebook? And what are some of the disadvantages to all of them?
The first thing I'll say is if you put something, we'll just use $100. If you are going to use goods and services, which if whatever you got to do to feel protected, by all means go ahead. Please cover the fee. Because if I ask for $100, and I told Chase about this, I used to never get on people or say anything, but if I asked for $100, I didn't ask for 94. I asked for $100.
Yep.
Like, period, point blank, dude. Like, you're already getting free shipping and other stuff. Like, at least let me get my $100. So if you feel like you're a person who wants to make sure those fees are covered, list it in your listing if it's on Facebook, for example, so therefore people know what to cover. I think using Facebook is definitely been a big help to me to get some stuff sold. So I would definitely say use Facebook. You can kind of avoid the seller fee on eBay, and it also makes the person feel a little bit more comfortable. However, just from talking with Vane21, eBay is going to reach a more vast audience that's going to see that statue, so that's good too.
So, two comments that were left on this really quick on selling. Someone said, fastest way to sell any statue is eBay auction. Might get less than you want sometimes, but if you dislike the hassle of dealing with shifty buyers on Facebook or just can't wait, then eBay is the way. Works best for sideshow premium formats. Another comment was, I don't sell a lot, but would always offer big discount for cash and pickup. Avoid PayPal fees and scams or possible breaks in transit.
The
Um,
the eBay
Wow.
thing, the auction thing is, yeah, you're gonna get, people are gonna bid, and they're gonna, you'll get the high bid and you think you'll sell it. But when I've done auction stuff, I've noticed that people don't pay. Like, they don't have to pay because they can pay whenever they want. It's not like a buy it now where when they click buy it now, they have to pay right then.
I didn't
The
know that.
auction, they don't have to pay immediately. So I've had people like wait a week, and I'll message them. I'm like, dude, where's the payment? And they'll go, oh, I get paid Friday. Or so then you wait till next Friday, and then, oh, can you wait until next Friday? It's like, So I hate doing auctions. You know, it's just a lot of work, and
No, it's very
more
true.
times than not, I've had that guy that said, "Oh wait, it's never like it's rare when I have they pay immediately from the auction they won." You know.
I never knew that. Like I thought
Most of the time,
auctions were
most of the time you end
nuts.
up canceling it after 2 days of no payment
Yeah.
and relisting it.
Oh
Yeah, it's
man.
annoying.
Okay. It's weird that you guys say that because I've seen a couple auctions fall through and the person relisted, so that pushes me away from buying it because I was like, oh, it must have been a scam. Like it must have been.
Nope, it's because the winning, bidder didn't pay.
And
Oh,
you do
great.
you do reach a bigger audience on eBay, but it's I feel like the buyers are more annoying on eBay. I've had more problems on eBay than I have in groups because they want like a perfect piece or like I don't know, they just care more about stuff. Like I've only sold 2 statues on eBay, and I always mark everything that's wrong with it. If it has like even a little scuff or something, I'll put a picture up just cuz they're much more like they'll go over it in detail and be like, "Oh, there's this tiny little
It's not
little
only
stuff."
that,
You
eBay
know,
is stacked against the buyer. So anything that you don't mark or list, they will use as a
yeah.
means to open an eBay claim and blah 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 blah. And eBay almost always, 95% of the time, almost always gives the buyer their money back for whatever
Yeah.
reason. And then
And you
you as
could
the
get
seller, you're not protected at
they
all.
could send you your statue back broken and shit, and you just
Yep.
Yeah.
lost the money and your statue's broken now. So it's eBay's kind of scary as a buyer more than a seller. But
Or they send you a brick back,
yeah,
and they can
yeah,
show
yeah,
tracking, and you're
exactly.
screwed.
Yeah,
We actually, like my last week at PayPal, that actually happened. A guy went to buy it was a Star Wars, it was like a Star Wars R2D2 or something that he had bought, and he was returning it, um, and in the return there was 2 bricks from like bricks you'd buy at Home Depot, no lie, and so they had to file a claim, and it was just like, you gotta be careful, man. You just gotta really be careful. That's all I'll say.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing I want to throw out there. Everyone's so concerned about the tax implications of going over 600. Vane was bringing up in the chat that eBay is now $600 for the threshold as well. It's not the 20 grand anymore. So starting
when
this
did that
year,
happen?
Vane said this year. But regardless, though, I mean, when you do your taxes with your accountant and whatnot, right? I mean, yeah, okay, they take your taxes, but depending on how much you move, your percentage, your total net in, net out, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, you might take a small hit, but at the end of the day, though, remember, this isn't, when you're doing your math, this isn't like, oh, I'm actually physically moving money, right? You're doing, everything's on a spreadsheet. Your accountant's going to file with IRS. At the end of the day, your net in, net out,
Yep.
you're going to notice, even if it's a little bit, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. And
the other thing on top of that $600 threshold, that it's a federal level now, Eddie. So it's not based per company what they want to do. That's like anything that's selling like that, eBay, PayPal, goods and services. It's all that 600 threshold. However, it's based on profit. So if you say you keep your receipts for going forward, every purchase you make on a statue, keep your receipt, keep what you paid. That way, when you come and sell it, you're probably, for the most part, you're not gonna eclipse a $600 threshold on profit, right?
That's true.
And just to put this out there, guys, there's only 3 states that it does not apply. That's Minnesota, Maryland, and Illinois. For those 3 states, it does not apply.
Yep. Walton just said it. Same thing as I just said in the chat. It's the $600 threshold, man. Just your profit. That's all it is. It's not. It's not, Eddie, you're selling a $1,000 statue. Damn, I already eclipsed, the $600 threshold. No, if you paid $900 for the statue and you're selling it for $1,000, or you paid $900 and you're selling it for $800, you're in no. There's nothing coming your way. If you keep your records.
And I give you a good example. Like I'm, one of my Ichigo pieces that I filmed the video. I'm ready to do a sell post on it. Shipped, I paid 400. I'm probably gonna let it go for less than half. No, a little bit more than half, right? So I'm gonna be at a net loss regardless. So again, it really just depends. At least for me, the way I'm doing my collection, the things that I'm moving are things that I don't have room for. So I'm not necessarily always going to be, I don't have a Hush Superman that I'm trying to like flip and do a profit on. So most of my stuff is going to be sold at a loss anyway. So the main thing about it is just trying to say that you don't have to be overly hung up on the tax thing. There's so many people that are so afraid of it. But if you actually sat down, crunched the numbers, did the math, you're going to realize it's really not going to make that much impact on you at the end of the day, because you're not like a full-blown, you don't own a store. You know what I'm saying? You don't own a store that you're buying at wholesale and then selling at retail, and then you're clipped from the very first transaction. That's not it. So there's just something to think about too.
Definitely, that's good to know. The next one, really quick. I've sold a couple of things. Selling your statues or your figures. This is basically for everything in collections. But I wanted to say, when selling, descriptions are very important. Like, you want to make sure you list the condition, if it includes both boxes, the art box, the brown box, because to all of us collectors, we want the complete package. Even if it's like a brown box that no one cares about, to us, that matters. Well, at least to me, it matters. If there's any issues with the statue, or like any type of thing that we need to be concerned with, but that's key to selling your statue faster, efficiently, and just avoids a bunch of questions. Like, make sure the description's filled out completely the way you would want to buy a statue. All the questions you would have, just put them in there too. Answer them in your listing. Oh, what do you guys think?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Make sure you put everything in the listing so they have no like ammo back towards you, especially if you're doing it on eBay.
I feel like cash, you get the question all the time, right? Like, is ship? They don't even ask, is shipping included, or do I have to pay PayPal fees, or do I have to do all the other fees? It's like,
put
yeah,
that
it's
in the
description.
thing. Yeah, and they still ask. It's like,
Still ask.
Yeah.
Still
I think
ask.
people just look at the price and then they comment. They don't even read the description. They're just like, that's it.
And just like Aiden says, I leave no room for misunderstandings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and regarding shipping, the way I'm doing it too, it's like, look, the price is this is the price of the product. It's already severely discounted, but the shipping, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm gonna give you the address. You can go source your own label. You want to buy from UPS the label? You want to buy from FedEx? You want to go USPS? You want to pay insurance? You don't want to pay insurance? That's on you. Because I don't want you guys. I don't want anyone to think that I'm making money off of shipping. I'm obviously not. So you buy your own shipping label. I'll give you the weight and the dimensions, and there you go. And if you don't want to pay on insurance, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
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 No doubt. So, hey Eddie, have you ever been ready to sell something and somebody's like, "Hey man, you have any references?" Have you ever just thought to yourself like, "Mother effer, I'm on YouTube." It's like somebody said that to me. I'm like, what?
They've been asking me that recently when I sold all my Hot Toys. They were like, "Do you have any references?" Because I didn't want goods and services, only friends and family. I was like, "Yeah, I can link you a million videos, or you want to join my Patreon?"
Get the subscription in, right?
You want to join my Patreon? That's the next one.
I did save like chats from buyers that I had good dealings with that were like, "Thanks, I got the piece," and I screenshot it with their name. So I've been sending them those now. But yeah, cause like people say, like, YouTube isn't good enough. I guess people still scam. I would never scam being on YouTube because like that's my reputation. Like I want to continue making videos and stuff. So like
Exactly. There's nothing not in our best interest.
I don't
It's
want
not
people
even
to-
just YouTube. It's also being part of the community. Like, if
Yeah,
you
like-
scam somebody, you're done.
several groups and
Yeah,
stuff.
you're
Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
you're out. You can't
Yeah.
buy or sell. Jesus, man.
No, we don't mention that guy's name.
We also
Like
what the
okay,
hell?
like for example, like there's a pass scammer, right? And you know I'd seen the name in the comments after I was watching the video. Well, I was informed and watching the video, and it kind of made you feel like sad, like man, like nobody responded to the former scammer or whatever, and it was just like, oh man, that has to just be a bad
Yeah.
feeling to like want to be in the community but you can't. That's
Yeah.
why like I don't do that, man. I can't have no bad karma, no nothing, dude, nothing.
That'll be
Yeah, it's like Aiden was saying too, though. Like just going back into selling, it's even if there's a minor scratch or scuff, I tell them in show pictures. Important thing is to repack well. Many times sellers don't repack correctly, and that's why they arrive damaged. So off of that, if you're selling and so actually a question for you guys: if you're selling, everything's perfect. You show the video, you show pictures, you show proof, and it arrives damaged. What what's your recourse?
I've never had anything arrive damaged, so I haven't had to deal with it. I've had one instance where a guy got it and he claimed that it was a hot toy, so it's different than statues, but he claimed that it had different pieces that it wasn't supposed to have, like the paint was off on two of the hands or something. So I told him like, look, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't switch out the pieces, but if you're that worried about it, like, I can give you some money back, or I just want the deal to be over with. So can you take this money back, or what do you need to make the deal right? I'll try and work with people like that, but I've never had a break on a statue, so I don't know how that would work.
So Jerry brought up a good comment. Tape your sideshow clamshells, and actually, what I'm doing for both sideshow and Prime One pieces that I'm moving, I went out and bought straps. So yeah,
Wow.
not only do I double wrap that crap, I
Stop, man.
like I went out and I bought straps. I packed everything properly. I taped it round, and then I used straps to secure it. I mean, they're not that expensive, so I want to make sure that number one, we that I'm taking care of whoever it is who's buying from me. But then the other thing too is I've heard enough horror stories about UPS never covering the insurance. So sorry. So
They don't.
I'm just going FedEx and paying for the insurance because that way, if something happens, you guys are cracking me up. If something happens, I've got a way to at least file the shipping damage as a first line of defense before we have to come out of own pocket and all that.
Those sideshow clamshells never close right the same after you've opened it, huh?
Nope.
You don't,
They never.
Well,
Like,
you
can get it, but it's always a fucking
Nah,
hassle.
you have the pieces placed in the wrong spot, man. Like angled the wrong way in their design.
But I
spot.
feel like even when they're angled the right way, they don't it doesn't sit like flush. It's like a little bit of space. You're like, damn it, dude.
you gotta press down on it and tape it.
Fuck
Yeah,
that. Fuck pressing down on it.
I think
I
that's
don't
what
wanna
Sideshow
break it,
wants,
man.
though. When they package it, they put a little bit of pressure on it, so
Yeah,
it's packed.
No, it is, so it doesn't
Yeah.
move.
Factory. It's from factory. You're never going to get the same
Right.
packaging using tape from factory when it comes off the assembly line with Prime One and with Sideshow. You're never going to get it. So honestly, the straps aren't that expensive. It's like a 10-pack for like $13 or whatever. I just buy the straps. Like fuck it. I'd rather just invest the money in just getting the product to you in a good shape so that you don't have to worry and I don't have to worry. It's just peace of mind for me. So like whatever.
Mark, what's your thoughts on selling? Like, what? I guess everyone's biggest thing is to get it out fast, right? They just want to get rid of it because they have new things coming in. But what's your thoughts or opinions on selling with the topic right here, description, prices, and everything?
Well, first of all, as a seller, it is your responsibility to make the buyer feel at ease. So, let's say none of us were on YouTube, just say none of us were on YouTube. I would say you're more than welcome to at any point open up a post on BST or any for sale group in Facebook and say, hey, this Mark Mark Book's guy, is he legit? Has anyone bought from him? That's where you would start if you're that concerned about it. Or I recommend, like it's been being talked about, have a conversation with this person. Like if you're cool enough to message them and buy something off them, then I would hope that the seller is cool enough to take a phone call and you can feel that person out and see if they're someone you want to do business with. If they're rude or short with you on the phone, then you might think this is not someone I want to do business with, because if something happens, then I'm going to have to deal with this person. So yeah, I would just recommend you can either call them or just know who you're buying from. Honestly, it's not real. It's not real hard. In terms of like scamming, there's really two things you need to do and you won't get scammed. If someone's selling something and you're a buyer, all you have to do is call this person up and or have a video chat with them. That's one. That's the big one. Do they have it? Can they confirm it? Are they legit? Are they cool? Done. Second is payment. Don't ever pay for anything where you're not covered. So if option one fails, where you failed to feel out that this person is not legit, option two will cover you. You're covered by PayPal or whatever, doing goods and services, and you won't get scammed. It's when, as a collector, you veer off that path, you didn't do your research, you don't know who you're buying from, and then you pay Cash App or some other form of payment and you're not covered, then that's part of the ownership of that is on you as the buyer. You screwed up. You didn't do your homework. You bought from someone shady you didn't know. So you gotta do your homework, man. You just can't. These are $1,000 items now. We're no longer in the $300 sideshow price of premium formats. Those days are long gone. These are $500, $1,000, $2,000. If I'm selling you something cash for $2,000 and you say, hey man, let me call you after work today, let's just have a quick convo, and I'm not willing to take your call and I'm selling a piece for $2,000, you as a buyer should be like, moving on. And me as the seller, I'll be like, well, either I was a scammer or I'm a poor seller because I was not willing to take your call when I'm selling a product for $2,000. So it's really not that difficult. We just have to pump the brakes, quit thinking something's better than it is. Like, oh my God, Hulkbuster, 4,000? Okay, let me Cash App you that money right now. No, man, you need to you need to chill out. So
Agreed.
Payne, Mario asked where you buy the straps from.
Oh, I'm Amazon.
Um,
So
Really?
yeah, so you're not gonna find the thick XM ones, the really nice thick XM ones, but they do have they're slightly thinner straps, but they are made of it's good Velcro and it's a metal latch. And the only downside is it comes in a 10 pack and it's like $14. But to do one clamshell, so the clamshell has left and right?
yeah.
Each side of the clamshell takes two straps to do. So your one pack of straps will give you basically 2.5 items that you're shipping. So
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I just bought a bunch, and that's how I'm doing my packing. Because like the XM ones and like the Iron Kite ones, those companies come with straps, so that's not a worry. But for Sideshow and for Prime One especially, which is a problem, and some of these anime ones where they come in the compression type of foam instead of the hard styrofoam, those ones I don't want to risk it. So I just, what I mean, it's a couple of bucks, get the straps, secure it good, package it good, seal it good, and then be on the way. And then neither of us have a headache after. You like your piece, I get my cash, I get my space back for all the other stupid things that I bought.
But yeah, definitely. That should be a whole episode, like how to package your stuff. But like, The next one is still under selling, but expectation versus reality. I think we gave off a couple of hints on like what to expect versus reality. Mark, you went over it a little bit, but when you're selling something, you should be expecting, or what do you guys think? What's the expectation versus reality when selling statues?
This is a good one. I'll start it off because I see this all the time, and this grinds my gears. That's for you, Cash. There's two type of sellers. There's someone that wants to get rid of the piece and sell it for market value, and then there's the other person that's on Facebook and eBay that either they're selling it for a price that they're willing to get rid of it for. That's not a realistic price, and that it's just going to sit forever. Or there's the other guy that like, look, this is what this is currently going for. This is what I'll list it for. And you see on Facebook or eBay a lot, people are probably either they're not serious about selling or they're completely out of touch of how to sell things. And that's coming from someone that sells a lot. I see it all the time. I'm like, you're really going to list this statue for this price? Clearly, either you have some sentimental value to this and that's what you're willing to let go, or you have no clue on selling and it's never going to sell for that price. So there's definitely a gap between the two.
Exactly. When I do sell statues, like I do mark them up a little bit because there's always the people haggling, you know? I'll take it, take it if you mark off $50 off or $100 off. So selling it, I mark it up just a little bit. But when I'm expecting to sell, is like I'm not expecting to sell within a day. I give it like weeks or months. I just wait it out. But when you sell something and you start lowering the price, $50, $100, $200, $300, it's like you got to be patient sometimes, I think. Unless you're in need of funds and stuff like that, but
I never. It doesn't bug me want to buy or seller lists their stuff for because it's kind of their prerogative, right? Like, I mean, you as a buyer don't have to buy. I don't understand why people get upset when someone lists something for $5,000. Don't fucking buy it. They'll figure out it's not gonna sell. Like,
yeah. Yep.
I don't know. That never. I see people get upset about that kind of stuff, and it just doesn't bug me because I'm like, dude, if I have something, it is my right to sell this shit for $5,000. Like,
All right, this is where we cancel him.
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if I want to try and sell the shit for $5,000, I can list it for $5,000. That's on me. Like, move on. But yeah, they're not gonna sell. They'll figure that out though. And then like what Casual was saying, like, yeah, you want to list if you want to. You always want to list it above the price you want because there are the hagglers. I recommend doing that on eBay more than the groups because the groups, like, they'll know what a good price is already. So I don't know. I don't list it higher because I feel like it tends to turn away people if you list it higher than what the current market value is. Even if it's a little bit, they're like, oh, it's too much or whatever. So I always list it for the better price on the groups. But on eBay, I would mark it up. Yeah.
But it also depends, right? Like, certain things. XM Hulkbuster, you know how much it's going for, right? Like XM Dark Phoenix, everyone knows how much it's going for. You're not getting out of that thing for under 25. XM Ghost Rider, that first one, you're not getting out of that for under 3. So it's kind of like certain things you can definitely go. You would list that market, right? Because everyone knows what market is, and then certain things that, like I said, if you're pricing just to get out and get space, then you can kind of tag it whatever. And usually when people want to do that, they're tagging it to move because they're direction changed or they're on to something else. But yeah, there's certain things that you're gonna get what you're gonna get because it is worth that much, and everyone kind of universally knows that certain things that's where that is right now, and you're not getting away for anything else. And so like somebody said earlier, if you see XM Dark Phoenix for $1,000, yeah, more than likely you don't want that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Too good to be true.
Another expectation versus reality is you're not done with the sale once you've sent it off. Like,
Nope. Not
always
even the
wait.
slightest.
Yeah, wait till you get the feedback from the buyer, and you hold on to that money. Don't get rid of it quick. Just in case something happens, you gotta give a refund or something. Always wait until you get that it arrived okay and everyth's all good from the buyer.
Or don't be like this guy Jerry. He says my hush soups is covered in dust and cobwebs. I'm going to post it to make people nuts. And Cash, this one's for you. Just a heads up, Cash. I got the Green Arrow exclusive for 5K. Scammer
Warren.
right there.
What's with the? Well, I see everybody lists everything pet free home. And I'm like,
Some people
what the
freak
fuck
out
is-
about pet hair.
I've
Or
seen
I'm
that.
not gonna send it to you with pet hair.
Oh,
You know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no,
Like-
dude. There's a post on eBay right now. A statue has a fabric cape, and all over the cape is just like dust and everything. To where it's like, why would
Yeah.
you even take a picture like that? And
Oh
I
my
really want the
gosh.
statue, but it's just like,
You can tell they don't take care of it at that
yeah,
point.
yeah.
yeah,
At least clean it up for the picture.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think Edwin means by this one? There are also two types of sellers. The one who is
Full of shit, and the
full
other
of
one that is not.
okay. Yeah, I think that's what you were saying earlier.
That's-
But
It's funny that people list stuff like pet free home, but they don't list like I also don't smoke weed. I also like because I'll get shit that's like smells like
Yeah,
weed or
list-
something
list
like
all
what the
shit
fuck?
you don't have.
Dude, I got something like when I first started collecting. I don't have it anymore. But man, bro, you would have thought it came with a pack of menthols, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some Camel Joes or something. It's crazy.
Oh man.
So,
Like,
Jason, what's
Yeah.
your thoughts on this one?
selling versus reality. Well, for me, man, be real. Reality and expectation with me right now. One, you're not gonna get a deal through me unless you're picking it up in person. You're going to be paying what it goes for. You will be paying shipping, and you will be covering the fees. There is no way around that when dealing with me. I have no issue waiting on a piece for a year for it to sell. I have a whole room just boxes. It'll be there till it sells. It's not. I don't care. I've never been in need for money. Never been selling items to fund other items. So I have no reason to let you have this for less than it's worth. It's always been my prerogative. I've never deviated from it, and I probably never will unless for some reason I lose my job.
There's buyers everywhere, so yeah, there's no need to worry.
Eventually,
Yeah,
eventually it's going to sell.
yeah.
Is what it is. And my favorite thing to see that I laugh every time I see it are those people that list sideshow products for more than retail when they're worth way less, or they're still in stock on Sideshow's
I'll
website.
try to
See it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Who is buying this? But at the same time, to Eddie's, it is completely their prerogative to ask for that. And if they
Yep.
find a sucker to spend more, congratulations, you won the day. Like, I just can't believe some of the sideshow pieces I've seen that aren't worth their own what you paid for it, and they're listing it for more.
Yep.
That's kind of a scammer in a way, I guess, because they're like,
I know those people. I say it's a waste, but when they do, if and when they do sell it for that, I congratulate them.
they're waiting for like that one person that's never
An idiot.
watched.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's never watched a
fine.
video
I
or
have
like
no
knows
issue with
anything
people doing that.
to
I
just go onto a
I
group.
just laugh
and-
every time I see it. Like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people come out successful on that.
And that's why we have this video today.
No, I mean,
man.
or it just sits there,
Yeah.
It'll just sit and they just
But
never
So
moves.
that's like I said to Eddie's point. That's completely their prerogative. They want to sell a sideshow piece that's worth $400 for $700. Let them do it. And if someone buys it, like I said, they won the day because you hustled for however long that took to sell that thing. Congratulations.
This one almost caught me one time especially on eBay, because it says $400 and it says shipping in very small font. It's grayed out too. It says shipping is $1,400. I was like,
that's messed up.
oh wait,
Yeah, I
like
see that.
that's good to know right there too.
Yeah, can I just say, like, we all know as collectors what the price of shipping is right now, and it's not cheap for any of these statues. I'm seeing like where you go to sell in the groups, people pretty much want free shipping. And
Yeah.
it's like, come on, man, you're in this
Look.
hobby too. You know, I paid $300 and that's the only way you could get this piece over here. And now you're, you know, you're breaking me down on shipping and you want $50 shipping. It's just like, it can be frustrating a little bit as a seller where you pretty much, I don't want to say you have to eat all the shipping that you paid, but pretty much at this point, I know I'm not going to get back in shipping what I paid for that item because people are like they don't want to pay shipping prices. It's like there's no way around it. Like I paid $300 for shipping and you want it for like $20 or $50. And I've already discounted the price of the statue down. So don't be that guy. Like their shipping is out of all of our control. Don't be trying to get free shipping off people and $20 or $50 shipping.
So for people that sell locally, if you bought like an XM piece and you paid like $1,100 or $1,200 for it to get here after shipping, when you sell it locally, do you sell it for what you paid retail, or you add the shipping into the price and sell it for that?
No, I sell what it's worth face value without fees and without the shipping.
So you would sell it so you would eat the shipping then? And
Because you said it's a local pickup. Why would why would I include a shipping charge?
Because that's what you're right, but like that's what I paid, so I'm losing money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's
Oh,
the
I
whole thing
think
about buying statues, like that risk. Like you're buying a statue because, well, I'm buying a statue
Chase is-
because I want that statue. You know, I want it to be added to my collection.
Well, see, that's the thing, Eddie. You're
Chase
on
is
a piece,
thinking logical.
on a piece, but Eddie, what you're thinking is on a piece that's not worth more than what you paid for, though. Some pieces you're selling
They don't make
won't be,
money.
They
yeah.
won't be worth what you paid.
Yeah, they
you will
lose
take
money.
a loss. Unless
I
you-
don't do that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
always sell
there
shit
you
to
go.
move. Like I want it to move.
Well, here's
I
another
don't,
thing.
if
In
I
the
lose 100
comments,
or whatever.
I'll admit
But
to this. In the comments, Aiden put, "I can't stand collectors that hijack sellers' posts because it can ruin a sale." So
Thank you.
I disagree on that for multiple reasons. I've done it before because I've seen people selling items more than they're worth, and I see in the comments, "I'm interested, PM me," and I put in the comments, "Bro, PM me, I got it cheaper." In my mind,
God
yes,
damn.
in my mind, yes, I ruined that guy's sale, but on the other hand, I
He's an
saved
idiot.
another collector money. Wouldn't I want to?
Sorry.
that's funny, dude.
No. Hold on. I will say this real
he-
quick. It's kind of wrong depending on how you think of it. But
it's wrong.
as the collector, no, as a collector though, hey, thanks Chase, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
you
no,
saved
Yeah,
me $300.
That's all I
Thank
was
you.
trying to do to the guy, man. This
Yeah.
guy was selling. I've done it a couple of times. They're selling a piece more than it's worth, or this one that I'm thinking of was in
Yep.
particular. It was still in stock on Specs Fiction, brand new. He was selling it used for the same cost as Spec. I was like, bro, I got it about $50 less since it's still in stock. PM me, and the guy, he flipped out on me. But I was like, hey man, like you're over here charging people more money than the piece is worth,
That's
and it's still
fucked
in
up.
stock.
Yeah, that's not right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
And I give you an example. I sold my two XM Samurai pieces because I was getting it out of line. And it was to a guy who's local to me. He came in and did local pickup. And on one of them, I sold at market. It was Nightwing. And actually, see, this is where I messed up. Nightwing now goes for more than what I paid for it. And I didn't know because I didn't think about it. So I just gave it to him at retail what I paid. And I sold Deathstroke at the same time. And because he was getting both, Deathstroke, I had it come in from Jakarta. So I paid the shipping on that, but I didn't charge him I just charged him for the retail because there was just no point. Like he was getting two pieces, so I was like, you know what? Let me, I didn't mind it as much because the way I see it is, I had the piece for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever, and I enjoyed it in that time. So, since you're doing a deal with me, then you can. For one, you got retail. They both got retail, and then one of them I just ate the shipping, and it wasn't that bad, so it was okay. So it just kind of depends, but yeah, locally you always get a better deal for sure.
Yeah, I think we all have different experiences with both buying and selling. If you could sell it locally, superb, the best. But if you're gonna have to sell it and ship it, it's a whole other game. But something I wanted to ask everyone also is, how do you guys feel about shipping international or selling international?
Not right now, bro. Don't fucking do it. Too much.
Stay away.
I'll do it
Yeah.
if
Too hard.
I'll do it if they pay the shipping.
Yep, same. I have no issue.
I still don't like doing it, but I will do it if they pay the shipping, like the whole shipping.
So they pay shipping,
penny.
and they also are aware that there may be a break. You know, after they validate everything.
Yeah, because you also gotta because they also want you to mark the pieces cheap, so they don't have to pay customs on it, and then it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of problems. with doing
International is
international.
really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way the only two ways I can do international is, one, you are aware and you are eating the cost. The other way is if you have a business account, like if you have a DHL business account and you get those bulk rates, and the only way you're doing that is if you're moving a lot of product. So if you're doing that, you have to be pretty much an incorporated business with a tax ID that you can get that bulk this DHL rate. That's the only way to do it right now. Okay, with the global economy the way it is, if you don't have that, it's just impossible.
To piggy bank off that, if you get those international sellers that want you to send it to an American address or warehouse first, and then that warehouse forwards it to China, don't be put off by that and thinking it's a scam.
I did that
it's a complete legit thing. And Payne and myself were actually trying to look into getting a China address.
I did
ourselves.
it for Cuba. I shipped a hot toy. They had like a service that you ship it to Florida, and then from Florida it'll ship it to Cuba.
Yep.
That's the only time I did international thing, and it was anxiety, man.
China,
took like months to get to
some warehouse in Portland every time, and I'm like, all right, man, I got you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
So you
worth it.
ship it there.
It's worth it.
But the thing is like for you as the seller, the item is shipped when it gets to that address in Florida, or for like Jason is saying in Orlando or wherever he said, Oregon. But for them, they haven't got it yet. So it's like, and then you don't get any it doesn't update the tracking for you because it's already shipped for you. Like that extra service, it doesn't say like, it's going to arrive there in a couple.
Yeah, you're already in the clear.
I don't know, man. I was tripping out because the dude would message me like a month later, like, I haven't got it yet. And I was like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. It says shipped. It says it got there, like, but he ended up getting it after a while. He's like, yeah, I finally got it. So it takes longer, and it was like a little bit of stress, but it worked out.
Because on his end, he's saving a lot of money on that shipping because he has an American address, but it's technically a warehouse that forwards it. Like I said, myself, we're trying to get one in China for us.
Yeah. I still got to look into that. If I can make the financials work.
That's what I'm saying. We need to, you and me, when this is backstage, because I'm willing to go in on that with you for sure.
Cash, you have some stuff selling. What's your thoughts on international? Are people hitting you up from like different countries asking you for them to ship it, or?
One guy in Italy, the shipping, he didn't want to pay it. I didn't think it was too bad personally for that far. It was like $70, which I thought was like a steal for Italy, but he didn't want to pay it. I sold actually 3 of the Iron Studios X-Men went to Canada. I mean, that's probably the farthest I've shipped to. But yeah, and that's who I actually sold my XM Studios 1/6 Aquaman to, was a seller, Lex. He's part of the Batman Statue Collector group. He's in Canada, so I sent that to him. That's about the farthest for me.
Mark, I think you said you bought some stuff from Canada too, right?
Yeah, I bought the XM Shugo Batman from Canada. That came fine. Had no issues there. I sold something to a guy in England, and like guys are saying, there's like a hub in Kentucky where it would stop there, and then from there it would go overseas. But anymore, I probably would not ship internationally. It's just not worth it. Like, and person overseas too. It's like once you get that, it's like, why are you asking? Once I tell you it's going to be $500, you're just going to say no thanks. So it's kind of like you get these people that are like, do you ship overseas? And then if you tell them yeah, then they just like back out as soon as you give them that high dollar shipping quote. It's like, well, I wasn't going to do it for $20, brother. So, you know, I steer clear of international shipping for the most part.
Talking about shipping, there is, and going back to selling, there is, everyone has this option. Just put it in your description, your zip code. Because if people want to look up how much shipping is, they put their zip code and then include your zip code, is all you need. And then the dimensions of the box and the weight and everything. And they could figure out themselves how much shipping is going to be, you know? It's kind of, if it's going to cost $190 to ship to California from Virginia, that's what the price is. And I'm not going to eat that up. That's a lot of money for shipping something. But yeah, international for me is a no, just because I'm scared of customs
hard.
opening it, breaking a piece, or customs like opening it, not closing like they should have, or, you know, repackaging like it should. So international, it's definitely a no for me.
Yeah.
But
I only do it like, it sucks because sometimes they're like, I don't know, they're nice guys, or like I know them through the community or something. They'll be like, oh man, I really want it. I'm like, fuck, man. All right, if you want to pay the shipping, I'll do it, you know.
it's just like this guy says, why are you all anti-international buyers? I talked with a lovely Arabian prince that is hooking me up with a lot of money. He even took my my social security number and bank account info to wire it. It's a good guy right there.
That's
Good
the money
advice,
right there.
Arch.
What's up, bro? Oh, there's also people that have business accounts. So if people like they get it through work or they get it through whatever, but their shipping account gets them shipping for, you know, like $10, $20. So keep an eye out for those too. Like they're not fake. Some of them are pretty legit.
It's not that low, but like on DHL, because I've tried to do it, but right now I don't move enough volume. But with DHL, like for example, somebody wanted to buy my Prime 1 New 52 Batman, and that thing is like 2 boxes and it's really heavy. And he wanted to go to Sri Lanka, and he had a shipment forwarder, so it came from here to Florida, and then Florida was going to ship to him. But but he didn't. But he just had a forwarder, not like a business rate, and that was going to be something like I was moving the piece for like $600, but the shipping was going to be twice that. So it was just not. I didn't want to deal with that. But then then I went to DHL and I started looking into what the business account versions are, and technically, if I was at so with DHL Business, your first two, you're paying a little bit high. You're paying quite a lot, but then after you hit the first two and you qualify for the incentive and the bulk shipping rate, then you basically get what the distributors are getting. So, like the way Anton gets you an XMPs for roughly about 300 from Jakarta to the US, that's kind of how it would go. So it's really designed for people who do volume. So if you do volume, then yeah, you can get really, really good rates. So an item that would cost maybe, $1,200, $1,300 to ship, you can get for $300 to $400. But that's going to be the ratio that you're going to get it at. But you kind of have to clear the first 2 items for the year first, and then after that, everything stacks in your favor. But again, it's all a matter of numbers and volume. If you move enough volume, you will get that rate. So for the people who do have that set up, that's the way to do it.
The Steve Nathan put a good one in there too. I endorse it as well. I know Gem Mint kind of blew it up maybe a couple months ago as Pirate Ship. It's completely legit, and it is very, very affordable.
I wish I didn't miss that boat on those videos, because I've been using Pirate Ship for like 3 years.
You bastard.
Yeah, I know.
It's been
There goes that content out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been around for a while, and I always knew about it. But now our community would. I know Jem put a video out, and then a couple weeks ago, I think the Batman guy did as well.
Yeah,
Is there something about the insurance with that though? Wasn't there like a safety issue with the insurance? Like you're not really covered under pirate ship.
You're not really covered under UPS either.
You're not covered under
That's
pirate
true.
ship because they're not the person that shipped your item. They just sold you the.
The label.
So you're covered under UPS, or like whoever you ship through, because you can still, when you're shipping, you can still add in insurance and everything through whatever service you're using, UPS, FedEx, whatever. You just have to add that in. But pirate ship isn't going to do shit for you because all you're doing is paying for a label there and printing it.
Yep.
You do it through the other company or the other
The
service.
shipping, yeah. The shipping by itself.
I guess you guys question for a Hot Toys. Let's say it costs. How much would it cost to ship a Hot Toys box? Usually through UPS or UPS, FedEx or whatever.
Through UPS, they charged me like $60
What?
a while ago. Yeah,
Oh.
I forgot. I took 2 pieces, and it was like 60 each, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Or, yeah, it was high, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It was
Post office
insane.
might be
It was like
cheaper than
across. It might have been from like Cali to New York though, or something. And it was
How
a
much
heavier one, maybe
for that same piece would it be through pirate ship?
like 20,
Dang,
15.
Yeah.
That's a crazy discount.
The other day I had a large one to go to England, a large box, and all the sites, it was like over 2,000 to ship, right? I was like, man, this ain't gonna work. So then I went to good old trusted pirate ship, came out to 404. Told the guy, he wanted it, gone.
So when you guys are talking about pirate ship and you guys are selling, do you guys let the buyer know that the insurance might not cover it, or do you guys mention that at all?
Well, when you look at, so if you go to a UPS store and buy the label there, they straight up tell you they're only going to cover their own insurance is if you use their boxes. If you let them
And if they
handle it.
package it, right?
And if they package it, yeah. So no matter what, they're not covering your insurance. Unless it's through that. Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, like Eddie said, if you use pirate ship, you can still get the insurance. You can still get them that peace of mind.
Yeah, you
It's
just
not
it
an
adds
issue.
to the price and everything. I only get it to give them peace of mind. I haven't had to use the insurance yet.
Because part of my selling process is I ask them, what do you want it to be valued at, right? Because if they want it valued at the full, 2,000 I sold it for, the shipping will go up because of that. If they think it's gonna arrive safely, they're like, $500. That's fine too. Whatever they want is what I put value at.
That's what made the shipping so expensive at UPS. The guy asked the
The value.
value of each, and they were like more expensive ones, and so that made it even pricier.
I got a funny question for you guys. I've shipped a couple things, but one question all UPS and FedEx people always ask me, what's in the box? And I always go like, it's a statue, and they're like, so what's in the box?
statue?
And I was like, it's a figure, and I was like,
Yeah,
so what's in the
I say
box? And I'm like,
collectible.
it's
say
a collectible.
Yeah.
They'll ask you what it's made out of too. They'll be like,
That I don't know if they've ever asked me. Well, maybe. Yeah, they've never asked me what it's made of. So
yeah. Is it double boxed? Is it secure? Yeah. It's a
You get more of
scam.
those questions when you do it through international too.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta declare a lot of stuff. But like collectible statues, how I describe the contents. I'll probably use
is
that.
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
That question always stumps me because I tell them a statue and no one knows what that means. But
Yeah, because they're
man,
thinking statue like in this, like on a monument or on the street or some giant lion, like you
that's
just
what I
say
would
it's,
think too.
yeah, they just be like, what are you talking about?
So I thought that was a great episode for people that are looking into buying and selling stuff. Do you guys have any final thoughts on everything?
Don't get scammed.
Too good to be true. Stay away.
The last thing I want to
Yeah,
see
trust
when
your
any
gut.
of these, these
I
little
like
people we talk to on the
Archangel's
phone.
comment.
Sex doll. Yeah, that's great.
I thought it was a sex doll.
That's
That's pretty
awkward.
funny.
That's true.
wow.
Jason, what were you saying?
Oh, I said, yeah, just, you know, one, do homework. Two, something in your gut's telling you it's off, it's off. Three, if it's really too good to be true and there is one little sign that makes you hesitant, don't go through with it. Last thing I want to do is see any of the people, you know, I interact with daily in this community get fucked over on a piece. It's not worth it.
Definitely. Cash, how about you? I think
You're
you're
on mute.
muted again. Oh,
Sorry about that, guys. I would say, you know, if you're gonna purchase something, obviously other than sideshow spec, you know, etc. directly, if it's from a person, if you don't know them from previous dealings, just kind of proceed with caution. You know, no different than anyone else. If I see something for $1,200, for example, or etc., you know, I may ask one of you guys, like, hey, do you know this guy? You heard anything? Do you think that's a good price? Whether it's too high, too low, etc. Just kind of ask around and talk to some of your buddies sometimes, or maybe they may be selling that piece as well, or know someone personally who may be selling it. You know, even J Rob, he's very thankful that you were able to connect him with Dante to get 3 pieces as of now, actually. So
yeah,
he's happy about that.
yeah. It worked out. Yeah, man. It's just like word of mouth, and definitely, if it's within the community, it's trustworthy. So yeah, definitely. How about you, Mark?
Yeah, just do your homework. If there's a red flag, just back out. Um, just yeah, I think we covered it all.
Yeah. Payne, how about you?
Watermark your pictures and put yourself in your videos. I'm just saying, it's makes everyone's life a little bit easier. So if you're gonna buy something from me, guess what? You see this dumb face, and you know it's gonna tell you hashtag hot girl summer all day long.
Man. Also, don't waste my time. I'm done with that shit.
Yeah.
100% agree. Mr. Money.
Just go with your gut when buying and selling. Go with your gut. If you don't feel good about something, you know, it's on you. At the end of the day, everything is it's on you. So, you
Yep.
know, trust yourself as much as you can. You know.
I think we went over a bunch of good topics and reviewed a lot of things I didn't know, and I think a lot of things like are going to be beneficial. But really quick, Jerry says, if you are the seller, I completely agree with this. You are going to deal with difficult people and situations. Get ready for it. 100%.
Yeah, it's just what you got to deal with.
And just to go back full circle to the first thing I brought up is just a buyer seller reminder. Always remember you are buying or selling. It is up to you to do your research and due diligence. Buy at your own risk and sell at your price. Be reasonable, be patient. Always ask around if you do not know. Community, help out where you can. And that's it for me, man. Again, thank you guys for stopping by. And I know it's early everywhere. But I really do appreciate it, and I hope there's more episodes to come. But thank you all again, and I'll see everyone later. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.